Kevin Richardson. I am the shift lead at Fletcher's Boathouse, boating in DC, Fletcher's Cove.
Recently, there was some major flooding this summer. You guys were closed for about a month, so I'm going to ask some more questions. We're having to do that. Can you describe what happened during the flooding and the effect on the boathouse and the visitors?
Yeah. So back in middle of May to about say end of June, we had some major flooding along the Potomac River, caused by multiple storms in the watershed area coming up from the Atlantic coast and coming from the Midwest down from Canada. That caused the Potomac to rise from an average of about 3 feet of average daily current to about 14 feet at Fletcher's Cove area in Little Falls. Caused us to close for about a month and a half, full rentals. So we no customers at all, no kayaks, no rowboats, no fishing along the Potomac, which in this section now is also peak American and hickory shad season. So, which is kind of the lifeblood of this fishing area. A lot of fishermen come all around the country to this specific part of the river to fish for shad. And it goes back as far back as George Washington fishing this area of the river for American hickory shad. So that was closed off for about a month and a half and ended the season prematurely.
Didn't know that. Have you noticed flooding becoming more frequent over the last few years, and has it changed the surrounding landscape?
So I've been part of I've been working at Fletcher for about the past 4 years. It has become more frequent towards the middle of springtime. We have seen a lot more flooding occurring. It varies year by year, but this past year was by far the worst we've experienced in the past couple of years, at least since also I've been here. It's increased the siltage that we've had. It's blocking the canal and the cove area. So we can get boats out at certain times of low tide. It gets super low where the cove actually sits higher than the river level because of the siltage blocking and pushing up to get to the cove. So it has significantly affected customers and patrons here.
How does the flooding affect, well, this kind of answered that question. Let's go to the next question. Do you feel the agencies like the national parks and DC government are doing what they need to do to protect from flooding?
It's been a concerted effort by DC government and National Park Service to expand the care for Fletcher's Cove Park. They are looking to do a dredging project this winter. That has been a multi-year effort trying to get that done. So we'll have to see if that actually does get done this winter, depending on weather conditions and funding by National Park Service.
And then, what kind of improvements do you think would help reduce flooding impacts in this area?
The Potomac is special in its own way since it does connect right to Chesapeake, which then connects right to Atlantic. So flooding is going to occur naturally from time to time. But as we've seen with warmer temperatures and climates, flooding has become a lot more occurring. And so it's going to be just having awareness that severe weather storms are going to drastically affect and change the river conditions on the Potomac River, and that we need to be more prepared and some type of similar to how London has on the Thames River. They have flood controls and preventions would be beneficial on the Potomac River as well, just prevent the upward flooding in this part of the river. So I think that would be something that would be beneficial for my own personal opinion, especially with climate change impacting like how we affect our daily lives.
Good, thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, anytime.